challenge 3223 Advanced Custom Object Search Code Cleanup. This is a simple overview demo where I will show the changes I made into the provided code. So this is the advanced search controller. I have made changes to refactor this code. Generally what I think is a page controller should act as a controller in MVC pattern. So they just should hold the controlling logic, not the actual business logic. So it increases the modularity, it increases the readability of the controller, and it makes it easier to other developers to understand the code. So what I have done, I have created two classes, CDV account search, which actually holds my business logic, then AC util class CDV underscore AC account search controller util class, which holds all the methods which I can reuse in my future code updates, or which methods I think are common, like getting a namespace prefix for a class or getting a SQL query, and I put those separately in modular fashion. And I'm maintaining one CDV underscore constants file which will hold all the constants, because I think the production ready code should not have any hard-coded values, even though it is a one value or many other values. So I created the constant file where I'm maintaining all the constants, and my controller test, I modified a controller test with some create dummy data method and added 2-3 methods with proper assertion statements which I feel were not present in the provided code. So let's check out the controller class. My retrieve picklist value is simply containing one line of code which will call my util class, will pass on the field name to get picklist value newly defined in util class, and it will return the picklist values. The do search method has been reduced to just 10 or 12 lines. It instantiates the call result inner class, and it simply passes on all the parameters received to the run search method newly defined in CDV advanced search class. CDV advanced search class holds the actual business logic. Note that here also the CD run search method calls the util methods to get the dynamic SQL string, namespace prefix and everything. Whichever code I think is only associated with this method, like filtering of the keywords or processing the results, I have kept in these methods. All other code which can be reused for future implementations, like building a dynamic query or getting a namespace prefix, I had moved out and put it into the util class. These are the changes I have done in refactoring. One more thing I would like to show you about this index of ignore case method. For that, let's see the data present. Currently in the system there are 3 records, story 1, story 2 and record 1. This is my page, I'm refreshing it again. It shows me all 3 records. Right, now I'm going to my actual run search method, and I'm using the index of ignore case method of a string. I save it. Now here if I search with keyword REC, it should return me this record 1. But when I use indexed of ignore case method, it doesn't give me any results. It shows me no results. I tried debugging the problem and found that when you use this method, this particular REC keyword returns 0. which is not greater than 0. That is why it doesn't add it into the list, but it should add. So instead of that, I tried, or I feel I should use contents, and it works perfectly. So that is why I'm keeping the contents method of a string. I had to make that change because my test case will fail accordingly also, and the overall the testing will fail. So that is why I changed that. I exactly don't know why this page is used, or it really should give me this particular REC1 when I pass a keyword REC, but I think logically it should return me all the records having the substring provided as a keyword. So that is why I have made that change, but I am not removing this particular already existed value. I'm just commenting it out. So if you don't want to use it, or your specification mandates to use this particular method, then you can just uncomment and remove the method I have added. I'll write the comment. Over here. And please see for explanation. Alright, these are the changes I had done. Also, we have been asked to have the 80% coverage, adhere to the coding standards. These are all all the coding standards, indentations are perfect. I had given necessary inline comments and everything everywhere. I have removed the custom exception class because I don't think so it should be used, because I'm calling a run search method in the class which is actually holding the business logic. So I can just use the try catch, or I can use the exception handling in my controller. So these methods, whatever these methods will throw an error, it can be cached in the controller, and all the exception handling can be present in the controller. So it eases the developer to handle the exception handling. Again, what I need to tell you is, yeah, let's see the test coverage. I'm running the new run. The test coverage is 100%. All the classes newly defined already existed are covered completely. This is the last case, or I can show you from here. Earlier it was 93%, but I added 2 and 3 cases with proper assertions. Yeah. If I go to the Apex classes and compute the code coverage, it will be 100%. So this is how the test coverage is increased. One more point, improving the open query performance. I found why it is taking time when the 700 records are added into the system. If you check here, when the records are returned, we first get all the records present into the system, or we first get all the 1000 records into the present into the system, and then depending on the filtering keywords, we remove records from the resulted set, this record set. So our for loop is running for all the records for all the filters. So suppose my application is having 1000 records and let's say 5 keywords, then 5000 times it it will execute. That is the major reason behind the delay you're facing when the 700 records are present. I can make this change, but it is not a quick fix. That is why I did not prefer to do that. It will require a major design change, which I can do, but as it is said, we should refactor the code lightly. So I thought you might be using this code according to your specifications. Also, proper specifications why this application is going to be used are not provided. So that is why I did not try to touch this logic or change this logic, because this is the major or main logic in between the filtration. So that is why I did not want to change that. But given in this another challenge, or maybe in the extension of this challenge, I can do that easily. This is the major reason I find behind the delay when the 700 records are present. If you try with 10, 50, 60, then the page gets loaded immediately. It's not an issue. So this is how we are refactoring and increasing the code coverage. My Thurgood results PDF will be available when I upload the code. I think this is it for the video. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.